Go.
You love me.
Dude, are you 5?
Yeah, 5 inches deep in your bone.
Okay, this is the Aune M1s. It's $250. Let me get to the things that are not okay right away. It doesn't have an EQ. Right out the door. It doesn't have one. Deal with it. I'm a tweaker. I've got videos about EQing, so I love EQ. This doesn't have one. It doesn't show album art at any time in any form. It does have a massive, super fast startup and shutdown, but my iPod Nano 10 years ago did the same thing, and it had album art. So you don't have any album art. Lyrics, who gives a shit? You don't have any cue. I don't know why, but whatever, it doesn't have one. It's kind of sharp. It's quite sharp, actually, these edges. It's machined well, but it's quite sharp. It's got a tapping sound. So we've got noise of the product itself. Ideally something doesn't make shaking, but I'm thinking about my iPod Nano. I think it did kind of like the same thing. Maybe not. So we got 3 things now. We got no EQ, that's one. We got no album art whatsoever at any time. You're never going to see it. And it's got a little bit of rattling. Does that really matter? I'd prefer it didn't. But that's it for the 3 things. I don't have any else to say that's not good about this item. Let me start it up for you. Now keep in mind how long it takes to turn on your phone or other stuff. And that's it. That's how long this thing takes to turn on. That's crazy. So if you're playing something like right now, that's it. This is your play screen. You can't see the album art. Because of how quickly you just saw this thing start up, I can understand it's being lean and mean machine. However, album art really wouldn't affect that, if just when it's playing. Whatever. So, because that was one of the 3 minuses. Taking a look at the device, you've got a wheel that functions. Let me go and move. So I'm touching the wheel. This wheel doesn't do anything if you roll around. It can go left, right, up, down, and then you can, do the action right here. Start up autoplay, play mode. You can read this stuff in the video. I won't go through all of it. Gapless playback. Let me go back. Okay, settings, songs, folders, playlists, settings, songs, folders, playlists, settings, songs. So you got 4 menu things, and you can really drill down in settings. Songs, you can select your song. Go back 1. Folders. So this is basically a go back 1 button, like on a smartphone, particularly Samsung. Like my Note 4 has one of these, and a home, which is pretty much what they do. It's very easy. Like wherever the hell you are. This is very simple of a device, so you wouldn't need it. But if you're in something like a deep droid and you're like, well, how the hell do I get out? It's good to be able to just go home, or to go back 1 from wherever the hell you were before. So you got those. You've got the single SD. You've got a reset button. You've got the plus minus volume. See if I can do that while I'm. Okay, the volume looks like this when you're increasing it or decreasing it. Then you've got your power on or power off. If I wanted to like turn the screen off, I could just do this, kind of put it in sleep mode. However, it's still playing. Touch it again. I can check my screen again. Sound-wise, compared to the N3, this sounds better than the N3. It sounds a lot better than the N3. I had somebody asking me in the N3 area, the comment section, what are good devices, and I don't care for an EQ. And I didn't mention this device. I don't think I did anyway. Maybe I did, because you really got to be all about the music to reckon this is a little harder, because there's some people that everybody's got a phone and they kind of expect stuff, like an EQ is something that comes with since they've been kids, man. If they came out, if they grew up with the iPods, the first and all the other generations that came after that, an EQ is maybe what they use. They don't, but as an option, it's there. So not having EQ is a weird compromise that some people will be like, who gives a shit, bro? And then other people like, why can't I have my EQ? So you got to consider what is the default, the masses. You talk about the Beats babies, and that's like a derogatory term. Hey, there's a lot more Beats babies than there's AKG babies, okay? So remember that when you're talking about a whole group of people in a kind of a not flattering way. So the people that would expect an EQ to be in a device are much larger than people that would be like, where's the EQ? And I don't care about that, I don't use an EQ anyway. A lot more people use EQ than don't. They expect it. Like, where's the EQ? There is none in here. I'll let that go because without an EQ, this thing sounds very, very nice. I don't have experience using single-ended, not really. I use balance most of the time. Again, for the bottom, you got your regular headphone out, you've got your balance, and the headphone out is also a line out. You can select it in the settings, and then you can transfer your music when it's plugged into your computer, drag and drop, or you can charge it. It comes with the USB cable. The sound quality is fantastic. The stage of this is huge. I'm a stagehead, as all you guys know. I'm bass head, of course. I like bass. And I like to EQ up my bass, so that is not something that I have the option to do with this thing. But the stage is huge, and the detail is fantastic. The way that they tune this device, they did it very well. So when I knew that it didn't have an EQ, and I checked and realized that it in fact didn't have an EQ, I thought, oh, this is really not what I want. But the more I listened to it, the more I kind of appreciated what it is. It's a very simple device. It's no frills whatsoever. It plays music. It doesn't do anything else besides that. It's not going to show you album art because it doesn't. I have no idea why. It's not important to the purists or some group, and for them, they would like this. So my rec of this is, if you are all about the music, and if you are a balanced person, and if you just want to plug it in, turn it on and go, because it will turn on and turn off really fast. You will not be waiting, so you get up, you get your headphones, you decide I want to listen to music, and you are doing it in 2 seconds. There is no waiting on this thing. It is a grab it and go, high quality sounding. There's a problem about this device and a lot of the things that are costing $1,000 nowadays, like the DX200, which I will bash until the end of time, because that was an item that exposed a bunch of people as being frauds, or having bad ears. I don't know which one it was. This sounds better than the DX200. Listen to that for a second. This sounds better than a DX200, a lot better than a DX200, and it costs $250. And that kind of pronouncements, I think, are going to come more and more, because companies are figuring out how to do stuff at a better level, quality-wise, and at a cheaper price, cash-wise. So there's two things happening at the same time. The quality is going up at a price range that is going down. Lo-fi was previously, about $250. Now it's like $100 to $250, and you're actually getting good stuff for that price. Do I rec this item? If you're just about the music, I do, but I got another video coming up for another device, probably tomorrow or the next day, and God, if it is what it's rumored to be, then I'm going to be wrecking that one. So I can't wreck everything that I've reviewed, because then I'm like the people that I loathe. So I don't want to be that which I loathe, which is everything's wonderful, everything's great. This doesn't have a EQ, don't worry about it. It's got no album art, don't worry. No, you should worry about it. If you like to look at your album art and you've embedded it and you spent time looking for it, this will bother you. If you like an EQ, this is going to get on your nerves. So everything is not wonderful. This is not a freaking, Lego movie. It's got a lot of crippling things. The album art itself would make somebody say, I'm not interested in that. The no EQ would be another reason for another group of people to say, I'm not interested in that. So there's two things right there. So I can't wreck it. The people that see this video and think, you know what, I'm cool with that stuff, then they will get it, because this is a good sounding device. If you want to, does it have impact? Or I'm a bass head and I like good bass, and this doesn't make me feel like I need an EQ. If I was going to do bass tests, or if I was going to really listen to heavy hip hop, I might not use this. But otherwise, for rock and roll and other stuff, this is plenty. If I'm listening to, music that's got a bassist in the band, like a typical old school 70s, British 4-member band, drummer, bassist, guitarist, and vocalist, this would be fine. Marvin Gaye, Bob Marley, fine. Nothing wrong with this. If you're really into hip hop, you always need something that's going to give you a little more juice, a little boost. You'd probably want to look for another device. But if you're a stage head and you're all about just play it and go, and you've already got all your stuff balanced out already, for $250 this would be a good option. Like, to grab it, put it in your pocket, and just go. And if you dropped it or something happened to it, it would suck, but it wouldn't be like if you dropped a $1,200 device or something like that. You know what I mean? Everybody needs something that they like it, but they're not gonna lose their brains if something happens to it. Someone steals it, you drop it. Who drops stuff? I don't, but shit happens. This would be that one, the beater to take out, but not sacrificing sound quality. Would I use this? Probably would not, actually, just because I'm such into album art, and I do like the ability to use an EQ. But evaluating this strictly on the output of its sound, it sounds fantastic. I like it a lot. It's got no restriction in how it, left to right, up and down, depth, this stuff that you think people are full of shit when they say it, and they're not really. There's devices that may sound very, very spacious and wide, and then with the same headphones, plug it in, same song, and it doesn't sound quite the same. It sounds boxy, it sounds limited. This doesn't sound limited really in any direction. This is a very, very nice sound. The people who tuned this did a really good job. So props to them. So again, I don't wreck it, but that's kind of like I said, the people that watch this video and they listen to me carefully are gonna be like, okay, yeah, thanks for the warning, okay, and then like step by me and buy one. And then there'll be other people like, oh, I'm glad he told me he didn't have any EQ, and because I need that, or the album art. So if you want it, you're gonna buy it anyway because of what I said, and if you don't want it, you're gonna buy it. You won't buy it because of what I said. So I don't need to give a rec. This is one of those things that people are going to figure it out for themselves based on what I just said, what other people say, or if they get a chance to hear it, which would probably be rare because this is a growing company, but not large yet. This sounds very, very nice. I like it a lot. I've heard one of their other products and I didn't like it quite as much as I like this one. So this is nice. I like it. I appreciate the opportunity to give it a listen and to give my impressions on it. So that is the Aune M1s. Oh, here we go. Hit the camera at the end.